Thank you for having your say in yesterday's episode. I now know what you would like me to do in this January transfer window as we look to strengthen for the knockout stages of the Champions League. We've Bayern Munich in the round of 16. That might be quite difficult to get through. I was hoping for a slightly easier draw, to be completely honest. I have added Yusuf Atal to the transfer list. I'll just say I can't guarantee you playtime, which I can't. He is starting to drop in rating too, of course. So we're going to look to replace Cooper in this starting lineup, and we're going to look to replace Yusuf Atal in this starting lineup as well. That team is going to stay unchanged as things stand. So the guys you asked me to put on this shortlist are as follows: Alessio Romagnoli, Rafael Varane, Renan Lodi, Alphonso Davies, and I do have Kai Havertz on there as well, just to show you that I saw the suggestion, but his valuation is higher than my entire budget. So that's a no, and we did want to improve the ratings in the reserve side for any simulated games, although with being knockout stages, I'm not sure we're going to sim too much at this stage, but wait and see how things go. So I'm leaning personally probably towards Varane because of the extra pace. Even at 33 years of age, he's still quick. 79 acceleration, 84 sprint speed, and is not quite as good in the tackle as Romagnoli, but certainly cheaper. Now, with regards to the left-back role, I don't know how good Alphonso Davies is. We're going to have to wait about 2 weeks to get that result back. Renan Lodi, though, is 87 rated and is going to be a big improvement on what we currently have at left-back. In that rotation side, of the scout reports for those youngsters that or the regens that I scouted have come back, they were crap. I don't know why PSG, City and Inter bought these guys. I mean, unless they're just absolute pace merchants, because that's all those players are, is quick. So these four are going to be the four that we look at, and we will sign 2 of those 4 in this January transfer window. I want to get Yusuf Atal out first, so we can guarantee that we know exactly how much money we've got to spend. Financially, we shouldn't have too much of an issue bringing those players in, but just to make sure, we'll get ourselves the most amount of money possible to then go into those deals. Jadon Sancho gives us a 1-0 lead here in the FA Cup against Newcastle. If you missed yesterday's group stage episode, then do check the channel page for it. I apologise, I was so pink in that episode. I may have got slightly sunburned. Just a little bit. So I looked rather glowing yesterday. We're battering Newcastle here in this cup game. Let's just skip the sim and push forward. So we'll be finishing the transfer window today, and then obviously going to that game against Bayern Munich in the Champions League and playing that round of fixtures. And then we'll take it from there with regards to what happens further down the line. I have to make sure I get through first before we think about anything else, don't we? So I'm going to just cut here until I get any offers in for Atal, or until I've gotten that scout report back for Alphonso Davies. Hold on, brain. I'll see you in a sec. A transfer bid for Yusuf Atal on the 12th of January for 38.7 million. Just going to accept that straight off the bat to try and ensure that we get that deal done. And by the time we get that confirmed either way, we should have the scout report back on Alphonso Davies. We'll just quickly get rid of that. I wonder who we've got in the FA Cup actually after beating Newcastle. We've Swansea. Also, we've had Liverpool in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup 3 straight seasons. Pretty surprised that it's gone that way, although we have been regular in that round, as they have. Alphonso Davies only 84 rated. Yes, he's quick, but as a left-back, I don't think so. So, once Atal is confirmed as gone, we will get Renan Lodi in to play as the left-back in that rotation 11. Mateus Cunha's picked up an injury and he's out for 2 months. So, we are going to have to slightly adjust with regards to the starting 11 there. Although, we can just rotate. I'm sure it'll be fine. Orlan is slightly tired, so let's put Alan Saint-Maximin up top, because why not? And then we'll let it auto replace Hakimi and then the man on the bench. And I'll cut back to you again where there's something transfer window based to bring to you. So, Saint-Maximin has broken his bum and he's out for 4 months. He's broken his tailbone. That's going to change things for this window. That's really going to change things for this window. Alan Saint-Maximin, Atal sold now, which is good because I'm going to need that money. I need to go and sign a winger as well now. Saint-Maximin is going to be out for the considerable future. Although, do I need to sign a winger? Because we have Melendo and Fati. So Melendo could go in there. No, maybe I don't need to sign a winger. We might be able to cope with that injury, actually. Okay, maybe I might have overreacted slightly there to Alan Saint-Maximin's injury. We do have the numbers to deal with it. Let's put Orland back in the starting lineup there. Cunha, still injured, will just get automatically replaced. Alright. Well, Atal is gone, so that's that deal done. So now we can go and get Renan Lodi in. And I still need to make a decision with centre-back. I'm really not sure. I'll approach to buy. I don't want to pay his release clause, thank you very much. Especially if I'm going to perhaps consider signing a third player. We'll offer a transfer fee though, and I'll offer them 55, and hopefully they'll just accept that straight off the bat for a 28-year-old, and they will. Good. What's he on a week? £74,000. That's easily affordable. We've got a lot of money in our wage budget. So Renan Lodi will come in. Important squad role, that's fine. Really doesn't matter what we offer them here with regards to the perks of the contract. All that matters is that we agree a decent wage, and we have been able to do that. I'll offer him what he's on now, plus the signing bonus, and they'll sign it. We have a new starting left back in our rotation 11. It's drafted Hakimi in for now. Let's drop Hakimi to the bench, and Renan Lodi can go in there. That's an improvement to that team. Right, now then. Centre-back, who do we get from these two? Romagnoli or Varane? I'm probably more likely to sign Romagnoli in another series than I am Raphael Varane. So, for that reason, I'm going to get the Frenchman in over the Italian. Raphael Varane will come in. We'll offer a transfer fee. Oh, he's valued at 40. It said I could get him for between 38 and 55, I think it said. 38 and something. 47, slap banging-ish in the middle. What's he on a week? 88 grand. Not much at all. If he was at Real Madrid, he'd be on 150k plus, I would have thought. So good that he's moved on, Raphael Varane. 88 rated, I think, matches him with Ben White and Eder Militao. Say 4 years. But Varane will go into the rotation 11, and I won't replace Militao or Ben White in the starting 11 because, well, they've both been absolutely superb. So it'd be unfair to remove them from that starting spot. And what does he want wage-wise? He's not going to tell me. Well, I'll just give you 100 grand, and you should probably sign that, shouldn't you? Thank you! Right, that's the centre-back situation sorted. Sorry, Brandon Cooper, but I think Raphael Varane is just going to edge you, mate, to be honest. I think he's just going to edge you. Calvin Phillips has now dropped to 84. His rating is plummeting now. Really falling off the edge of a cliff, Calvin Phillips. That's a shame. It's a real shame. Jared Bowen has dropped as well. How much money have I got left? Take him off the thing there. I've got 100 mil left. I'm going to go and have a think, have a look through my squad, and I'll come back to you with what I think I'm going to do. What I've decided I'm going to do is replace Jared Bowen in this 11 for simulated games, just because he's higher, just because he's the lowest rated player in this 11. So I'm looking to sign a winger. It will also help with regards Saint-Maximin's injury as well. So on my list I have the following. I had Rodrigo. I pressed the wrong bloody button. I was trying to sort. Unfortunately though, Rodrigo is actually going to get removed because he's out injured for 4 months as well. So he is not an option, unfortunately. He's at Chelsea, but broken tibia. He's broke his leg. Tibia, fibia, or was that arm? Tibia and fibia is your shin, isn't it? I think femur's the top half. Oh god, I'm going to have to Google this, aren't I? Tibia. Where is the tibia in your... No, not the game tibia. Tibia bone. Apparently there was a game called Tibia. The tibia bone, yes, it's your shin. Tibia and fibia are in your shin, and then your femur is the top one, and it's radius and ulna, is it, for your arm? Oh, God. It's been a while since I was at school in my biology class. So, Rodrigo, not an option, unfortunately, but thank you to... I asked the people in my subscriber and Patreon Discord for the immediate feedback as I'm recording this the day that you're seeing it, and I needed the feedback immediately. So let's sort. Vinicius Junior was also suggested. He's 122 million, but is transfer listed, so might be an option. They have Ousmane Dembele as well, Liverpool, so it would be directly weakening a rival if I can get either of them. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I'm still waiting on a scout report for. Kingsley Coman. He's recently moved to Tottenham. Okay. And then Marcus Rashford is an option as well to play as a winger, obviously not at striker, but could play at striker considering Cunha is out injured as well. So they're my 4 options. I'm going to wait for a scout report back on Hudson-Odoi. It said it would only take 6 days, so I'm quite happy to wait for that and then make a decision from there. So let's just quickly see this game against Bristol City. You might as well stay with me whilst we push our way through here and then find ourselves with that scout report back on not Rashford, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Okay, we're getting there. Let's go into this one and sim it in the FA Cup. Imagine if we win the FA Cup 4 straight seasons in a row. That'd be pretty remarkable, wouldn't it? We're going to beat Swansea. Play Jamie Shackleton at striker. Didn't score though, unfortunately for Jamie, but the chance to play in an unfamiliar role for him. He's played pretty much everywhere else, isn't he? He's played at Cam, he's played at centre mid, he's played at right back, he's played at right mid. First time for Jamie Shackleton to play at striker for the club. Right then, we've got the scout report fully banned. He's only 84 rated. That's going to be a no then. So I shall try and get Vinicius because he's the better option. I think they're both 90 rated, to be fair. But to be fair, Dembele's 5-star, 5-star. I have used Dembele though more recently in a save, so I think I'll go for Vinicius. I'll try. He's transfer listed, so I'm going to have to rely on them actually letting me get him cheaper than he's currently available for or listed at. 142. I just quite simply can't afford Vinicius Junior, unfortunately. So that will be a no then. So let's try for Dembele or Rashford. Let's try for Dembele because it's going to directly weaken a rival as well. Obviously, we're not playing the league this season, but it would still help us. Give me him for 100 mil. Don't ask for too much more. Thank you. Right, Ousmane Dembele, £155,000 a week. We're going to add a 90 rated winger to our lineup. Now the question is, should he go straight into the starting 11 rather than the rotation 11 at 90 rated? Perhaps so. We shall reevaluate. Disregard the release clause. I'm quite happy for him to have that. We've not got any money left to spend anyway. There have been some calls in the comment section for Jadon Sancho to be sold because of his lack of goal contribution to the starting lineup. So maybe we drop Sancho to that team and we move Dembele into the starting 11 and use him on the right-hand side instead of Jadon Sancho. That would perhaps be the way that we work this then. So Dembele's going to go in there. Jadon Sancho will put on the bench. So Dembele, even though he's slightly lower rated, is now in my starting 11. So that's what we're going to do in this transfer window. Thank you for your suggestions in yesterday's comment section. Thank you to those of you in the Discord that helped me narrow down some winger options. We shall now quickly sim this game against Liverpool in the second leg of the Carabao Cup. We won the first one by a 1-0. And it's Carabao Cup final football for us yet again. I did see a little plaster symbol next to Engel there. Don't be out for long. 9 days. Thank the Lord. So we're into the Carabao Cup final for the 3rd straight season, although we didn't win it last year, and it hasn't been drawn yet. I'm pretty sure we won the first leg. Did we win the first leg? Yeah, we did. So we're through. Good. Right, Aston Villa, and then basically I'll see you at the Bayern Munich game now. I thought I'd quickly show you the end of the transfer window just for your curiosity. So our biggest transfer was Dembele to us. Outside of that, it was then Tanguy Ndombele from Bayern to Arsenal. And then Anthony Martial from Dortmund to Real Madrid. That happened on deadline day. And then Renan Lodi. Guendouzi's left Liverpool. I'm quite pleased about that, to be fair. Although we shouldn't face Liverpool in a played game now. Unless they get to the Champions League final, that is, of course. Other deals. Varane, that was me. Bergwijn has gone to Liverpool. So they have a Dembele replacement waiting, ready. Is Bergwijn already at Liverpool at some point in this save? Or was it Tottenham? Obviously he plays for Tottenham, but I think Bergwijn was at Liverpool. Liverpool in this save as well. And he's now gone back to Liverpool. I might be mistaken there, but I think so. But Liverpool bought Bergwijn from Tottenham and then sold him to PSG and are now bought him back. Yusuf Attal, Eggestein has left City. He always scored for me, or scored against me, sorry, for City. Neuhaus has left Real Madrid. Romelu Lukaku has left Man City and gone to Leicester on deadline day. I'll quickly have a scroll through of the teams. I won't dwell on anyone. So that's Arsenal, minimal for Villa, minimal for Bristol City. Brown and Rafinha out at Chelsea. Feel free to pause it if you want to have a closer look. We spent 202 million in this window. It's probably the biggest transfer window I've ever had, and it's in a season where we're not actually playing that much football. Neto in at Manchester United, I presume that's goalkeeper Neto, although I'm not entirely too sure. Scrolling through, and that's your transfer window. We are, I believe, still challenging for the title in the Premier League, and are top by 2 points to get ahead of Manchester City. Varane's out for 3 days, but that's all 5 days. That's fine. That's not a problem. We've just got the one simulated game against Bournemouth, who actually 6th in the league right now, before we head to the game against Bayern, and it's 2 weeks away, which is good. I was going to rotate and play the rotated 11, but I don't need to because it's not midweek following this game. It's midweek the week after. Although actually, that might be an international break, and we might end up having some tired players anyway. The board are unhappy that we're not on track with the youth development. This isn't the save for that. The save for youth development is going to be the Cambridge United save that replaces this one in a couple of days' time. Or maybe tomorrow if I go out to Bayern Munich now. We'll have to wait and see how this goes. Varane in good form. Will we see him switching tactics? Maybe we'll see him, maybe we won't. We'll have to wait and see. Our football is far from... No, there's a possibility Bayern could go through. I'm not going to negatively say anything against the team. We have to be one of the best teams because our squad is just ridiculous now. Absolutely outrageous, to be fair. Right. Let's make sure our bench is as strong as it possibly could be as well then. So, Raphael can go onto the bench. We'll throw you in there for Calvin Phillips. I'm really frustrated that Calvin Phillips' rating has dropped quite so much. And that'll do us. Yeah, that'll do us. Right, come on then. Let's go and take on Bayern Munich. Champions League, round of 16, leg number 1. Bayern's 11. Amal Hegem in goal. Okay. On the bench, Alphonso Davies, who we looked at. They've got Virgil van Dijk still there. And Titi and Ferro start at centre-back, though. Kimmich, Grimaldo, Lo Celso, Havertz and Fein. Donald and Bolo is a new signing for them this season, I think. Ziyech and Carrasco. It's a strong team. But is it as strong as the lineup that Bayern Munich have at the start of a save? I don't think so. Is it as strong as our starting 11? I don't think so. But neither was AC Milan's in the Champions League last season, and they hammered me. So we are still going to have to be at our absolute best to make it through this double-legged tie. But hopefully we will. Militao. Forward to Marlon, who's turned well, looking for Orlan. Orlan plays against Bayern Munich in real life, of course, for Dortmund. Now, and Dembele, on his debut, scores! Welcome to the club, Ousmane Dembele! Wow! What a start. 7.5 minutes into the first game playing with him, and he's already had a big impact. Beautiful finish. So good. I mean, if he continues like that, then he's certainly going to be much better than Jadon Sancho for the team. But that is a hell of a start for Ousmane Dembele in a Leeds shirt. 1-0 after 8 minutes here in the Champions League round of 16. Barella into Malacia. Orlan is available inside. Short there to Barella. Sanchez. I can't squeeze that through to Tyler Roberts at the moment. Can't get it to Dembele though. And he can kick it straight against Grimaldo apparently. It seems Dembele, I've had three things to do with Ousmane Dembele. I've tried to pass the ball with him twice, and both times he's picked out a Bayern player, and I've had a shot and he's scored. That's literally all Ousmane Dembele has done in 15 minutes. Score a goal and give away possession. Embolo to Fein, to Havertz. Oh, it's really well worked. Lo Celso to Fein. Kai Havertz, this is a hell of a move. Engel with the parried save away to ensure Bayern don't equalise. They're going to take this short, though. Ziyech is going to run straight into Nicolo Barella, but He's got the strength to win it back. I'm not sure what that turn was, but it seemed to work. Barella does well enough, but then can't keep his feet. Here's Yannick Ferreira, Carrasco, Ziyech. Carrasco into the middle. We should win this with Hakimi. We challenged and I think won it. Lo Celso brings that down. Renato trying to win that ball back. Oh, well held, Stefan Engel. And breathe. It's going to be a... Why have you thrown that off the pitch, Stefan? You just bowl it straight to the man that stood there. For crying out loud. I hate it when goalkeepers do that. They do that online as well. It's so annoying. There's no reason. Why would you throw that off the pitch? It's not that hard to throw it to the man that's just stood there, is it? Surely. Hakimi to Renato Sanchez. Can we score on the counter? Maybe, actually, if I can send Daniel Marlin in behind. How's your first touch, Daniel? Not bad. I've got Tyler Roberts in the middle. I've got Orlan there too. And Hegem holds on well. I am curious to know what his rating is, Hegem. I don't know. He's a regen, though. Amal Hegem is a regen goalkeeper for Bayern Munich. I've no idea what his rating is then. Maybe, I mean... Obviously, Engel is a regen, and he's 92 rated, so he could be incredible, Hegem, but I doubt it. We'll wait and see. I might scout him after this game, just out of pure curiosity, but it depends how well he plays. If he plays out of his skin, then we should probably safe to presume that he's actually really good. Malacia with the pace against Ziyech. That was really, really good, and Militao will get rid of it. Marlon will get to it, and Orlan is there. Tyler Roberts. Oh, couldn't quite turn to feed Renato Sanchez against one of his former teams. Oh, loves that run bursting forward from that centre mid role though, doesn't he? 10 minutes to go till half time. Still 1-0 to Leeds and will continue to be so. Although, of course, there is still the second half and a second leg still to be played. Oh, lovely touch by Mbolo to get past the defender. And the cross is decent too. I don't even know if Hakimi touched that, but we'll chase after it just to ensure that they don't get a set piece from a throw-in or a corner. But yes, well up. Challenge there. Oh, he tried his hardest, Tyler Roberts. He just wasn't strong enough. Grimaldo. Oh, nicely down the line to Yannick Ferreira Carrasco. Tucked inside to Lo Celso. Squared across. And anywhere but there from Bril Donald Dembolo. And that's 1-1. Stefan Engel trying his hardest to help us keep this clean sheet and deny Bayern Munich an away goal. Lovely take by Dembele. Oh! Ref! Oh! Tyler Roberts was in with just one man between him and an unmarked Orlan. Oh! The referee's done me dirty. We could easily have made that 2-0 there. If they pull this back, I'm going to be livid. Here's Grimaldo through the gap to Alphonso Davies. Oh, he's turned really well. But Ben White just is able to cope with the change of direction. Come on then, Tyler. Lovely ball to Dembele. Can he take it in his stride? He can, but Titi trying to close him down. Two former Barcelona players there. Renato Sanchez. Orlan. Roberts. Dummy it. Oh, it's gone well, has it? No, not well enough. Unfortunately, by the time he got to the ball, or by the time the defender got to the ball, the advantage from the previous foul was gone. Win that header, please. Well up, Malacia. Barella brings that down really nicely. And Dembele's getting away. Turns well. Oh, Renato's in. Renato Sanchez, 2-0! Against his former team in a game of this magnitude will still do the apology celebration. Against his former side, he's not going to celebrate too hard. But that's a huge goal for Leeds United. We lead by 2-0 now. And actually, it was Sanchez that gave it to Dembele. I never asked him to make the run. I never press LB to trigger a run from Renato. He's just that attack-minded. Wasn't actually tucked away in the corner that well, but the keeper couldn't keep it out still. 2-0 to Leeds United. Grimaldo could go down the line. It's cut back. Oh, Dembele couldn't quite get to him. He dangled a leg. Fane just runs straight into me, and Hakimi's got the pace to get to that. Come on then, lads. Oh, nicely round the corner, and Tyler Roberts could be the man we look for again here, actually. Oh, not where I envisaged that pass going, but Daniel Marlin could add a third. Oh, what a finish. Oh my God. Daniel Marlin. Leeds 3, Bayern 0. We said it didn't look like as strong a side as Bayern have in real life right now or at the start of a season. And it's definitely proving to be. Brilliant finish. And we're destroying Bayern. I didn't expect this, to be honest. I thought this would be a particularly difficult game. But it hasn't turned out to be the case. We'll still have the second leg to play away from home, and that might be completely different. And it still could change in the remaining 25 minutes. If Bayern get a couple of away goals back, or even just one away goal back, that could really throw things open for the second leg. But we've had as strong a performance here as I could possibly have wished for. Hakimi driving forward, in there to Tyler Roberts. There's Ousmane Dembele. Little turn. I didn't want to turn back, and I've lost possession because of it. I didn't really ask for that. Never mind. 20 minutes to go. A commanding 3-0 lead. We'll see how long it lasts. Here's Kai Havertz. Just wouldn't get rid of the ball. Been poor in this game, Bayern. Really poor. Forward to Sancho has come off the bench here. Ansu Fati has done the same. Looking for Orlan. Good touch and good save. That's the first save I think we've seen Hegem make, to be honest. Sancho delivers the ball in. This kind of feels like playing Arsenal, really. Like, they're not as good as they should be. And they're playing a poor goalkeeper. By Arsenal, playing Arsenal, I mean like Arsenal in this save, not in real life. Oh, simple for Jadon. He's off the bench for Dembele. And Jadon Sancho fires back at his critics. 4-0. And yeah, it feels like playing Arsenal of this save. Don't play as well as they should do. And their goalkeeper is just nowhere to be seen. Bayern 4-0 down here. Entirely unexpected. Corner for Bayern. Ziyech to take with 2 minutes to go. They've brought on Alexander Isak for Embolo, but too little, too late, lads. I mean, one away goal. Whoa, all right, Titi. One away goal could spark them back into life for the second leg, but it doesn't look like they're going to get it. Oh, Jadon, that nearly works beautifully. Very, very nearly. Here's Fane. Are they going to get one more chance before the final whistle? Potentially. No, they've gone backwards. The referee will blow his whistle. A solid performance in leg number 1 from Leeds United. I really didn't expect Bayern to be as poor as they were. I am really genuinely shocked. You saw my reaction yesterday when we saw that we'd drawn Bayern, and I was absolutely deflated. So to be able to bounce back from that and come in with that level of performance is outrageous. A great result for us. I can't really phase it any other way, can I? Why didn't we get to see Varane? Because Ben White and Militao, my starting centre-backs, that's why. Comfortable win by 4 goals. Squalor was unfair to them? I don't think so. Well, maybe 4 was. Maybe I wasn't that dominant. Although, if you've got a shitty goalkeeper in goal in the Champions League, you are going to get punished, aren't you? Let's have a look. What's his name? Hegem, wasn't it? Amal Hegem. Norwegian. I am genuinely curious to see how good or equally how bad he is. This next game being simmed is the Carabao Cup final against Manchester United, so I thought I'd let you sit and watch this sim game with me rather than me just auto-simming it. We'll have a look and see what happens in the final of the Carabao Cup. And we go 1-0 up through Tyler Roberts in the 10th minute. This is the chance to win the first major trophy of the season. And Ousmane Dembele grabs another goal. Dele Alli picks up a knock for United, and Donyell Malen adds a third. We are going to win the Carabao Cup for the second time at Leeds United. And rather convincingly too. Lodi on from last year. Declan Rice pulls one back for United, but then Donyell Malen adds a fourth. We're pretty unstoppable right now. Pretty unstoppable. Having a great season. Not necessarily any better than last year, though, to be fair, because we won every trophy we were involved in last year, other than the Champions League. Knocked down to the Europa League, won that instead. Won the Carabao Cup, won the FA Cup, won the Premier League. So, literally, last season probably couldn't have gone much better for us. We've got Spurs in the 5th round of the FA Cup here. Now, I think there's one more game at the weekend before Bayern. We're through in the FA Cup as well, which is good news. 6. Well, 2 people want to watch me. You're welcome, and you're welcome. Rescheduled. Suspension over for Renato Sanchez. Yeah, it's West Brom we've got at the weekend, and then Bayern midweek. Well, considering we had such a good game in the first leg, I will rotate with my first string 11 here and then play the second leg against Bayern with my rotated 11, so that in this brief mini-series we do actually get to see more than just my main 11 play in an actual game. A good win there against West Brom keeps us top of the Premier League. We just drew 0-0 with Manchester City a couple of games ago. No worries, Ben. Keep it up, mate. Right, so this team is going to play here, although I might still have to rotate slightly there. As you saw, a couple of players are a little bit tired. Melendo and Fatty being the two in particular. Let's put Jamie Shackleton at cam. And then, well, bollocks to it. John Morris can go on the left-hand side. Why the hell not? Alain Saint-Maximin still out injured for the foreseeable future. Actually, no. Jared Bowen. Come on, mate. You get a go. Jadon Sanchez, 93 rated now. As is Engel. They just don't stop growing. Right. Buying away for leg 2. Tomori with a free kick from the offside. Lodi played in. Nice ball forward there to Jared Bowen. It's my first time playing with Renan Lodi on FIFA 20, I believe. Supposed to be really damn good as a left back in this game. I've never used him yet. I haven't had the opportunity to. It's good football from Bayern though, and a big save from Stefan Engel. If they get the goal there, then the game is really on. But big save from the shin pad of Stefan Engel, and Carrasco will deliver the corner instead. One away goal, and this is probably over. Lovely positioning from Engel again there to get behind that. He's easily, hands down, the best regen or best scout future star I have ever had, Stefan Engel. I'm sorry, Lino Navarrete, and I know I've said it before, but I apologise. But Stefan Engel is better. Get there. Oh, get there. Oh. Mbolo, I'll have that, thank you. Tomori says, "Tara very much." McKennie, oh, that was poor, but it was my decision to play that pass. Ziyech, Mbolo, Tomori steps in again. Sancho just gets to that. Weston McKennie just gets to that. Down the line to Jadon. One away goal, and this is all over. Oh, I fully expect us, rather unexpectedly, to get through this tie now. So this will be the way that we'll end the episode. This game will be the last game of the episode. Then tomorrow, I'll have, well, hopefully, the quarterfinal and semi-final before a final special. So today you get transfer window and round of 16. And then, in theory, tomorrow, quarterfinal, semi-final, and then Monday, final. That's the plan. But obviously, I might get knocked out in the quarterfinals. I might get knocked out in the semi-finals. We shall just have to wait and see how we get on. But certainly this game, or this overall double tie, has gone much better than we expected it to do so. We'll crack on, though, and try and get ourselves a good second leg lead or second leg win here as well. Why not? Give these players a chance to shine. Sancho came off the bench in that first leg, obviously, and got a goal. And Jamie Shackleton could add another one for us here if Hegem hadn't made a good save. I think it took a deflection off the defender's leg as well. We'll whip it in from Jadon Sancho. And underneath this is Weston McKennie. No, it's not Weston McKennie because he didn't head it back there. At least I didn't ask him to. Tomori. Oh, tried to get that to McKennie, and Carrasco's stolen it off me. And Bolo's made a run, but Carrasco's run entirely the wrong way there. And might well have just completely ruined Bayern's chance of actually catching me in the counter-attack. Now I've got more men back than they've got men forward. Carrasco inside to Ziyech. They could still have a chance. Back to Joshua Kimmich. And there's the option to play that through there. But he elected not to play it through to the man on this... What was that? On this far side. Thankfully it hasn't cost me a goal. I don't know what that pass was. Corner to come in from the far side then from Hakim Ziyech. 10 minutes before half-time. Still 0-0. Still... Weston McKennie has given away a penalty for handball. It's very rare that it actually gets spotted by the officials, but we'll have a look from the replay and you should see the ball strike Weston McKennie's arm, and that's why Bayern now have a penalty. He's gone up for it. I presume it's for handball. There's no foul in there on Mbolo, but it didn't necessarily look like it actually struck his hand either. Havertz steps up. And if that doesn't sum up Bayern Munich's performance in the Champions League round of 16 tie against us, nothing else will. A penalty that's dubious, and then a penalty that's missed. Headed away off the line by Lodi. Shackleton brings that down, but Grimaldo steals it off him. Kai Havertz lunge with Mateus Cunha. Well, he just kept sliding. That was like Sol Campbell from years ago. Offside from Hakim Ziyech. Havertz. Is he onside? There's it. He is. He's cut back well. Lodi steps in nicely. And we might actually kill the game off here. Shackleton. Oh, So close to getting that through ball off. And now Ziyech could pull one back still. No, Stefan Engel is determined not to concede in this round of 16 tie. Managed to keep a clean sheet in the first leg. I'm not entirely too sure how on a couple of occasions. The ball just seemed to laser straight to his hands rather than be poor... Oh, that's a foul. Rather than be poor finishing from the Bayern players. Cunha's going to pick up a yellow card here. They did have a man down on the floor in the 6-yard box. Don't know if he's going to have to come off for an injury or not. He is, unfortunately for Bayern. So, a new man on the field for them. I'm not sure who it was that went down injured. It was Kai Havertz that went down injured. Lo Celso will take the free kick, and that's well over the top of the bar. Not sure who it was that came on for Kai Havertz. We'll find out in due course when he touches the ball. But at half-time here, it's going to be 0-0, but still 4-0 on aggregate. See it. Down the line to Mbolo. Tamori with him. Cross could come in. Good footwork. Very good footwork. Varane up with the header. Tess Cunha should get to this first. Flicks it on well. Shackleton. And then Jaden. Off we go. Afterburners on, please. Never mind. Go again, maybe. Holds off Grimaldo. Come on, Jaden. Looking for Shackleton. All caught. I mean, the ball went in the back of the net. I'm pretty sure the keeper would have picked it up. Yellow card for the defender and a penalty for Leeds United. Ferro picks up the yellow card. Shackleton just took a touch to get away from the defender. He's definitely been chopped there. And I will give Jamie Shackleton the chance to take that penalty himself. He only has 43 penalties, so it's not going to be the easiest of pens to slot away. And a penalty saved at either end of the field. Actually, no, both at the same end of the field for either team. Mbolo off now for them, and Alphonso Davies on. Carrasco off as well, and Zaracho on, and Jean-Kevin Augustin is also on for them. Our former player. Racing away. Good footwork. And Augustin saved by Engel. Corner to come in from Alphonso Davies, player that we elected not to sign in this window. Tamori should have done better there with that clearance. Fein with the acrobatic. Ziyech with the even more flamboyant. But no attempt on goal for Bayern. Tyler Adams has support back here. And Shackleton's made his run through. Come on, Jamie. I'm desperate to try and get him a goal, but it's not going to really present itself for me. Sancho tried to drill that. He's gotten lucky. And then he's been poor on his left foot. Emerson down the line to Melendo. Has come off the bench here to Shackleton. Tried to sell Kimmich with a dummy. That didn't really work there. Lo Celso is... Oh, I thought it was just going to go back to Alphonso Davies there. Augustin or Zaracho, man over. Saved again by Engel. A corner. Lo Celso is going to get a yellow card for something earlier on. They keep trying, Bayern. They're not giving up. The ball keeps flying towards my goal, and Stefan Engel just keeps saving everything. Ferro, he tried to head that on goal. Zaracho with the flamboyant volley, and Melendo can't win that header, but Engel straight at him again. Sorry, Bayern. He's determined not to let you score. And when Stefan Engel decides he's not going to concede, Stefan Engel doesn't concede. Jamie Shackleton could be in again, though. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Daniel Marlon off the bench to score the away goal that definitely kills the tie. Not that Bayern were going to score 4 in the last 15 minutes anyway. They now need 6. Driving forward, Shackleton wants it. I'll give it there to Tyler Adams. Go on, Jamie, you're in. Oh, Shackleton, will he get his goal in the Champions League? Yes, he will! Oh, Jamie, he's done it. He can't score from the penalty spot, but he can score from an angle with the keeper marking his near post. Bit FIFA 20-esque that, wasn't it? But still, thumping finish. Still waiting to see actually how good, or more likely bad, that Hegem is. I'll have a look for the scout report once this game is finished and see if we've had it back so we can see what his stats are. But it's 6-0 on aggregate here against Bayern Munich. So nobody predicted that. I certainly didn't, and I know you guys wouldn't have predicted me to do that. Ooh! Alphonso Davies with a lovely finessed effort with his right foot. Fair enough. I'm disappointed that Engel has not gotten his double clean sheet for the episode, but when he places it in the top corner that well, there's not really much you can do, is there? Lovely finish. Melendo, can we cross to find another one? Maybe. Oh! Strike! The man on the far side. Melindo delivers. Up we go. Cooper knocks down Kimmich away. And that will be that. Unless Cooper... No, that will be that. Through at a canter to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Leeds United. Who will face in the next round, I've no idea. But certainly that Bayern side had enough chances in that second leg to get themselves through. Or at least score more than one goal. That second leg is what I expected from both with regards to their dominance in creating chances. But we still were able to win out. Atleti are through. Milan are through on away goals. Paris Saint-Germain are through. We'll wait and see who comes through from the other four. But I imagine it's going to be a particularly difficult quarter-final tie. As I've said, tomorrow we'll have, provided we get through quarter-finals and semi-finals, and then it'll be the final, provided I get through the day after that. Not taking any more questions there. Thank you very much, Jadon Sancho. I'm proud of you. Well done. We've Chelsea in the 6th round of the FA Cup. Who have we been drawn against in the Champions League? We don't know yet. Okay. Oh, and I want to have a look at Hegem's scout report, don't I? Let's do that first. Are you as bad as we thought you were? Yes, she is. 80 rated. With 67 positioning. Dear Bayern Munich, that's why you lost. Oh, dearie me. Christ alive. Right. Coming in, lads. Let's get ourselves through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, shall we? Thank you! Right, FA Cup on course again. Matches rescheduled in the League 4 Champions League games, I presume? No, for the FA Cup semi-final against Brighton at the end of April. Well, where is the Champions League? There we go, prize money. Now the Champions League has been drawn. Not on track, don't care about the youth. £9.5 million, loads of players, basically my entire bloody squad going away on international duty, and we have Paris Saint-Germain in the quarterfinals then. So I will see you tomorrow for quarterfinals and hopefully semi-finals as well. I'll see you then.